Okay, so for this video, we are going to introduce some of the vocabulary that we are going to be using in lesson 2.6. And the vocabulary is transversal, corresponding angles, alternate interior angles, and alternate exterior angles. What I'd like you to do is get out your vocabulary sheet for chapter 2, and I want you to draw this picture that I have right here. We are going to use this to define and understand the angles and the types of angles in the vocabulary that we're working with. So we're going to start with two lines. I'm going to call this line 1 and line 2. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a third line that intersects them. And this is going to be T. This T is my transversal. Okay, so what is a transversal? It is a line that intersects two or more lines. And because I have lines intersecting lines, I have then created angles. I'm going to label these angle 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, when we look at this, we have our creation here. We have 3 different types of angles created, and we're going to go through that. So the first set is corresponding angles. So corresponding angles are angles that occupy the same position relative to the transversal and intersected lines. In this picture, we have 4 sets of corresponding angles. So when I say same position, what I'm looking at is, for example, like if I look at this pair of angles here and this pair of angles here, I have an angle in the upper left. So that would be angle 1 and 5. So it's above this line, but to the left of the transversal. So angles 1 and 5 are corresponding. I also have angles 2 and 6, because again, they are above the line to the right. Angles 3 and 7 are below to the left, so they're like below the line. And then finally, angles 4 and 8. Okay, so we've got 4 and 8 here. So those are our 4 sets of corresponding angles. The next two are, they both have the word alternate, and we're going to talk about what that means. And then one of them is interior and one of them is exterior. So if we look at our drawing again, if we consider our lines that we're working with, here's line 1, here's line 2. These lines are in the, these angles are in the interior. They're like in between the 2 lines. So in between the 2 lines means they're interior, but then alternate means one's on the left and one's on the right. So I have two sets of alternate interior angles, angle 5 and angle 4, and then angle 3 and angle 6. Okay, so what are alternate interior angles? They are angles that lie inside lines intersected by a transversal, but are on opposite sides of the transversal. I see I did not allow enough room. So again, in my position here, we had 4 and 5 and 3 and 6. I put those in red, and then 3 and 6 were in green. And so alternate exterior is the same sort of idea, the alternate meaning one on the left and one on the right, but exterior meaning they're on the outside of the lines that are cut by the transversal. So these lines, or these angles, again, excuse me about that, angle 1 and 2 and angle 7 and 8 are on the exterior portion of the figure. So angle 1 and angle 8 are alternate exterior, and angle 2 and angle 7 are alternate exterior. So alternate exterior line angles are angles that lie outside lines intersected by a transversal, but are on opposite sides of the transversal. And again, those angles that we created were 1 and 8 and 2 and 7. When we explore section 2.6, we're going to look at some relationships between these angles, but we're going to look at a very specific relationship between the lines that are intersected by the transversal as well. So we will explore that next time in class.